Hi, I'm Alec Barnes, and if this seems like I'm trying to be kind of quiet, it's because I am. It's 5:20 in the morning. I've been up for almost 24 hours and trying to let everybody else get some sleep before I wake them up. So this is my introduction to the types of government video that my group is putting together that I'm finishing right now with the whole voice deal. So the first one is monarchy. Monarchy, is the government in which the one family really rules the entire country. And when the king, or like the dad or whatever, dies, the oldest son or daughter will be king or queen. Um, it usually, the pros of it are like it's usually pretty efficient, but the major, the biggest problem with it is when one, when a really competent king dies, a king was really great and did a lot of things for his country dies, and he could be replaced by a king for the next 40 years who is just terrible and is can't really do the jobs of being a king. And the second one, you know, real quick, the king's noise. If you look at Louis the 14th, 16th of France, something like that, Ivy, XIV, yeah. France, he got his head chopped off, so I mean, it doesn't always end well for kings. Get stabbed or you get really fat. Henry the Eighth or whatever, seventh, eighth. Yeah, it's early or late. I've been up 24 hours, whatever. Um, I got we have dictatorship, which is the form of government where one man or possibly a group of men took control of the country by military force, and they're in control of everything. And quite often, there's an abuse of power, and bad things happen. Fidel Castro, Hitler, those type of things. Um, what else? Theocracy, where the government is controlled by religious leaders, which kind of works in a place like the Vatican City because it's really small and everyone there is Catholic. And so really they can look after the needs of those people and what they would want. But if you try to have like a really big country, you're more likely to have different kinds of people with different religions, and more conflict is going to come as a result of that. Single party state is where only one party is allowed to rule, which is like in communist Vietnam, only the Communist Party is allowed. And I mean, there's no political bickering. That's like the good thing, but it's like then there's nobody to say, well, maybe something should be done different. And if you're not in that party, you get excluded from practically everything. Then there's the three types of democracies. There's direct democracy, like they had in ancient Greece in Athens, where everybody would the bell would chime or whatever, and everybody comes to the place, and they all get the issue gets brought up, and they all get to talk about it, deliver their point. If you want to talk, you get to. And after everybody talked, who wanted to talk, um, everybody would vote. Everybody got to vote. Well, every man who's not a slave or something. So kind of everybody got to vote, but and that was direct democracy. Parliamentary democracy is the one. It's the people elect people to go into the parliament, and then those the people, the party in the parliament who has the most people elects out of their people someone to be the prime minister who's the head of the executive office. And it's also confusing. There's so many parties, and there's minorities, and all sorts of things. It's very confusing. I don't get how it works, but apparently it does somehow. The only good thing about that is either your biggest party and your head of, or the person who's in charge, the head of the executive branch, is always going to be in the same party. So once something gets to the legislature, it will probably be passed. It won't have a problem that I'll address in the next one: presidential democracy, in which the voters elect both the legislature and the president separately, who's in charge of the executive branch. Just in a little bit. Um, the only bad thing that can come of that is if the congressional majority is a different party than the president, it can result in a gridlock in which nothing gets done. So that's my kind of presentation on what the types of government are. I know it got kind of long. I just started monologuing a little bit, but that's my stepmom laughing in the background. Um, so that's it. Yeah, I've been up for a while. The end.